thanks to his mum, Tom also found himself a favourite of the paparazzi, splashed on the front pages of the tabloids for all the wrong reasons.
Hold on to your teacups, loves, because what just went down inside the palace is nothing short of royal drama at its juiciest. Queen Camilla, yes, the queen consort herself, reportedly broke down in full-blown tears after a shocker of a showdown with Prince William. And what triggered it? Allegedly, William demanded a DNA test, but here's where the plot thickens. Was it about her son, Tom Parker Bowles, or was it about Prince Harry? Oh yes, we're diving deep into the royal corridors to expose secrets that might just shatter the monarchy. So picture this. The once busy palace halls had gone to quiet. Not the soothing type of silence, but that eerie, something's being said behind your back kind of hush. William, ever the observant one, noticed it. At first, he brushed it off. Just typical palace gossip, right? Wrong. These whispers had weight, and they were all floating around Queen Camilla and, wait for it, her son, Tom Parker Bowles. Even palace veterans, people who'd been around since Diana's days, were now speaking in hushed tones, nervously glancing around, only daring to say things like, "There's more to the story than people think." Oh yes, they were being cryptic, but the seed had been planted. Then came the moment that changed everything. A retired royal aide, someone William had known and trusted since he was a boy, invited him for a casual tea at Clarence's house. Sounds harmless, right? Until this man drops a royal bomb. Camilla had an affair back in the 70s. And this wasn't some casual fling. No, it was a secret, passionate relationship while she was still married to Andrew Parker Bowles. William nearly dropped his teacup. He didn't want to believe it. Who would? But the whispers now had a timeline and a face. And worse, a possibility that Tom Parker Bowles might not be Andrew's son at all. Feeling rattled but needing to know the truth, William turned to the one place where secrets might still be buried, the royal archives. Now, this wasn't just a nosy peek. As Prince of Wales, William had the authority to request access to personal files, and he used it. But what he found only made things worse. So many of the documents were redacted. Entire sections blacked out. Names, dates, even places erased like someone was desperate to erase the past. Suspicious much? But it got weirder. Hidden inside one dusty old folder was a handwritten note from a royal doctor, long dead now. It referenced Camilla's child, mentioned something about the need for discretion, and was dated around Tom's birth. No name mentioned, but the timing was spot on. It was just vague enough to drive anyone mad. And yet, William couldn't walk away now. He had to keep going. So, what does a future king do when palace papers won't talk? He hires a private investigator, someone discreet, skilled, and totally off the royal radar. The assignment? Look into Tom Parker Bowles' birth without stirring the pot, and weeks later, boom, the investigator returns, and the mystery just got more tangled. Get this, the hospital records didn't line up with Tom's official birth details. Dates were off, locations didn't match. A nurse who was supposed to be present had no memory of Camilla even being there. Oh, and the hospital's logbook? Missing entries for that exact day. Coincidence? Please. Even the birth certificate looked shady. It had been stamped much later than it should have been, like it had been altered or refiled. At this point, William was surrounded by clues, but still had no solid proof. Yet the pattern was becoming loud and clear. Someone had covered something up, and he couldn't ignore it anymore. You have to remember, William isn't just a prince. He's a son who watched his mother suffer under the spotlight. He values truth more than protocol, and as he sat alone, staring at the investigator's findings, he realized this wasn't just about Camilla or even Tom. This was about the future of the entire monarchy. And if he didn't get answers, this secret could explode on someone else's watch. So William made the boldest move yet. He went straight to his father, King Charles. And oh honey, it did not go well. So picture this. Clarence's house, late evening, the walls that have heard everything from coronation planning to royal meltdowns now about to witness one of the most intense father-son showdowns in royal history. Prince William walks into his father's private study, folder in hand, heart heavy but eyes determined. No aides, no courtiers. This was a family matter, raw and personal. He sets the folder down. Inside, all those tangled reports, mysterious records, and discrepancies around Camilla's son, Tom Parker Bowles. And let's just say it's not bedtime reading. But here's the kicker. King Charles doesn't even open it. Not a peek. Not a page turned. He brushes it off instantly. I won't entertain ancient gossip and outdated rumors, he says coldly. Oof. Charles is furious. To him, this is just recycled scandal stirred by bitter folks who've never accepted Camilla. He accuses William of fueling nonsense, letting the court whisperers and conspiracy theorists plant doubt where none should exist. William stands there, arms crossed, jaw tight, emotion building behind his eyes. He knows how much his father adores Camilla. Their bond survived decades of controversy, but William isn't here to destroy Camilla. He's here because too many pieces don't add up, and he can't ignore it. He calmly tells his father ignoring past mistakes is exactly why the royal family has suffered before, and they can't afford another secret scandal. Not now. Not when the monarchy's future is more fragile than ever. Charles's patience wears thinner by the second. His voice rises. He defends Camilla fiercely, insisting she's been nothing but loyal, that she stuck by him when the world turned against them. He storms out, just like that. Leaves his son alone in the study, folder untouched, words unsaid, trust fractured. As the door slams shut, William stands still. In that moment, something inside him changes. He knows his father won't help. He'll have to face this on his own. Back at Kensington Palace that night, William sits in silence, grappling with the fallout. But rather than retreating, he gets stronger. If the king won't act, he will. After all, he's not just a prince anymore, he's the future king of England. And truth matters more than image. Behind closed doors, he quietly reaches out to his most trusted legal advisors outside the palace system. He wants to explore one thing. Is it possible to get a DNA test? But here's where it gets messy. In the royal family, everything, even biology, is tangled in protocol. Ordinarily, you'd need consent, but this isn't just about family drama. This is about lineage, title, public trust. When a potential scandal could threaten the credibility of the crown, exceptions can be made. William listens carefully. He doesn't want to ruin anyone's life, but he can't keep pretending. Not when the truth could change everything. While he goes about his royal duties, ribbon cuttings, charity events, photo ops, he's hiding a storm inside. The question that once whispered now screams. Then came the next bombshell. William arranges a private meeting with none other than Queen Camilla. And if you think Charles was emotional, buckle up. They meet in a small drawing room inside Windsor Castle. No staff, no assistants, just William and Camilla. She senses something's up. William rarely meets her alone, and this was no courtesy call. He sits, quiet, measured. He lays the folder on the table again, and then, softly but firmly, he begins. He explains it all, the conflicting hospital records, the missing birth log, the questionable birth certificate. He's not yelling, he's not accusing, but every word hits like thunder, and then he says it. "We need to take a DNA test." Camilla freezes. At first, she's stunned. Then she's furious. She leaps to her feet, her voice rising in disbelief. She accuses William of betrayal, of falling for cruel gossip, of hurting the family. She insists it's all lies, that she's being punished for ancient rumors meant to hurt her. William listens, stone-faced. When she finishes, he replies softly, "This isn't about hurting anyone. It's about honesty, about protecting the monarchy. The longer they pretend, the deeper the damage." Camilla, usually so composed, starts to tremble. Her voice shakes. She accuses William of destroying everything she built, all the years she spent earning public trust, all the battles she fought beside Charles. And just when she thought she'd found peace, he's tearing it apart. Then suddenly, her anger vanishes. Her voice breaks. Her hands cover her face, and she starts to cry. Not just tear up, break down. The queen consort, always smiling, completely unraveled. William is stunned. The mask is gone, and in its place is raw, aching fear. She didn't leave the royal estate completely, but she knew. She was no longer welcome in the inner circle. And Charles? Camilla's been pushed to the sidelines. William has risked everything to protect the monarchy's integrity. To King Charles, quietly heartbroken, and just when it seems like things couldn't possibly spiral any further, boom, enter Prince Harry. Now listen, we've all heard the whispers over the years, ever since those old tabloid rumors tried to link Harry's red hair and cheeky charm to Diana's former lover, James Hewitt. And every time, the palace brushed it off with a no comment and an icy stare. But suddenly, this decades-old rumor isn't just a foot, it's front page news. Why? Because if William had the nerve to demand a DNA test from Camilla and she lost her title over what that test revealed, well then what's stopping someone from asking the same question about Harry? Let's rewind for a second, but we all know Diana had relationships outside her marriage, and James Hewitt has always been the most infamous name connected to her. But he's sworn up and down for years that he didn't even meet Diana until after Harry was born. Still, the rumors have never gone away, and now, with the royal family already shaken to its core, the public isn't letting it rest. And then, just when things seem to be dying down, a report leaks. A vague one, but enough to light everything back up. According to insiders, during a video call with a medical expert, a totally routine call, mind you, Prince Harry was told that some of his genetic traits didn't align with what's considered typical in the Windsor bloodline. That's it. No big reveal, no scandalous expose, but that single detail was enough to make the internet explode. Now let's be clear, Harry hasn't confirmed anything. He hasn't said a word, no statement, no denial. But those closest to him, they're saying he was shaken, really shaken. And honestly, can you blame him? This is a man who lost his mother tragically young, who spent his whole life feeling like the extra, who left royal life just to find peace. And now, just as he's building a new world for his wife and kids, the old world is trying to pull him back in. People are divided. Some are saying, let it go, who cares about DNA in 2025? But others argue, in a family where bloodline determines your role, your legacy, your name, this kind of question can't just be ignored. And behind palace gates, you can bet the royals are terrified. Because if Harry decides to take a DNA test and the results say what some fear, it could rip the royal family apart. Forget the Camilla drama. This would change the narrative of the monarchy for good. But here's the twist no one saw coming. William isn't joining the speculation. In fact, he's drawn a line in the sand. People close to him say he refuses to discuss anything about Harry's paternity. Harry is my brother, he told one friend. That's it. That's the end of it. And that silence, that refusal to stir the pot, that's telling. Because for all their differences, for all the pain and distance between them, William still sees Harry as family. And maybe, just maybe, he doesn't want to watch another sibling get torn apart by the weight of royal bloodlines and palace secrets. So now the whole world waits. Will Prince Harry address the rumors? Will he take a DNA test? And if he does, what happens next? The monarchy's future was once about pomp, tradition, and pageantry. But now, it's about one thing, truth. And the truth is knocking louder than ever. What do you think? Should Harry speak up or let it go? Was William right to demand the truth from Camilla? And what does this mean for the future of the royal family? Let us know in the comments, like, share, and subscribe, because the royal drama is far from over.